Well, finally I am here with the very first character review on this channel. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and it's your girl Phoebe, and today I am gonna be reviewing my favorite of all of this update, Scarlet Witch. Her uniform is highly controversial at the moment. People are thinking whether the uniform has improved or it hasn't improved, and that is what I'm gonna tell you today, whether this uniform has actually improved or not. So first of all, I'll just go in and share with you all the details for her. So as you can see, pretty much all the stats which are important to her have been maxed out, and the ISO that we have been equipping here is Power of Angry Hulk, and the custom gear she has is CDP of Authority, which is important to her because it gives her guard break immunity, which is really important, and along with that it has the accumulation stat to her. So now we're gonna begin. Now for two things that I'm gonna be doing today is the very first one, that we will be reviewing both the skills together for this uniform and the one without the uniform, and along with that we'll be testing out her damage output on World Boss Ultimate, and the one I've done is Black Dwarf. So now let's get started. The very first thing with Scarlet Witch is that her skills have kind of changed, and there has been kind of a lot of changes, and some changes have bothered others, and some are, wondering whether the few changes that have occurred have actually affected her ability in the PvE content. So we're just gonna see what it has done. So the very first thing is skill number 1. This is Obsession on this one, and this has remained completely the same for this uniform as well as the Scarlet Witch without the uniform. Next, we'll move over to skill number 2, which is Wit's Spell. Now this uniform has a bit of difference, and the only difference that I have seen, other than the animation changes of course, is that here she has 3% mind resistance and stack, along with 69% energy damage. But the other difference that is there in the Scarlet Witch without uniform version is that she had a higher energy damage. That is, she has 109% energy damage of energy attack value here. That is the only difference that exists in this skill, in this particular skill. Okay, on to the Hex Blast. Now this is a very important and a very a very good skill for Scarlet Witch. Some of you guys might say that this is not as good, but I will tell you in a second why this is a really important and good skill. So first of all, it removes active buff from target, and then it decreases mind resistance, 1% decrease of all defenses, and a guard against 5 hits. Now these are the differences that I have just coded to you right now. These are the differences between Scarlet Witch with uni and without uni. I'll say that again. She gets a 3% mind resist, active buff removal, 1% decrease to defense and stack, and a guard hit for 5 hits, and along with that the mind damage has taken a severe increase in this particular skill. As you can see, she has a mind damage of 183% in this skill. This has changed so much from the classic uni of Scarlet Witch, and the reason I am saying that is because the skill's name Hex over here, which compares to the Hex Blast, doesn't have a mind damage of 183%. It has a mind damage of only 92%. So this is one skill that makes a humongous difference. Another reason I am saying that is because in this skill, in this skill, the third skill for Scarlet Witch with the Infinity War uniform, this has something pretty much similar to Adam Warlock. So in this, she blasts, there is a blast beam from her hand, and she can be moved around like Adam Warlock. Now how cool is that? So you can just dodge enemies along with blasting them off. That's pretty good. And the best part about it is that it is also giving you, a decrease to defense, and also giving you a guard for 5 hits. Now this is different from the earlier uniform, and the reason you might be thinking that this uniform is not pretty good is because in this particular skill there is a difference, and the difference is that in the classic uniform she gets summons, and now you might be thinking that okay, her summons have gone, she's useless now, but she isn't. That is because in the skill for the classic uniform, which is skill Hex, it gives her summons, That's correct. It also gives her an immunity, which she has lost in the Hex Blast, but she gets immunity back in another skill, which skill was that? Yes, skill number 4. So that has been compensated. She gets back her immunity, but however, she loses her summons. But the Hex Blast skill has a really high energy damage value. So which one would you prefer more? Of course, something that gives you more energy damage. This particular skill is devastating. I checked her out in AC as well as Timeline Battle, and when she uses this skill, the enemy has no chance of escaping. Okay, now we're going to move over to the passive skill. The passive skill has changed as well. So over here, she's getting decreased energy damage by 10%, which is not there in the classic uniform. In the classic uniform, it has only 15% of recovery, and along with that, she gets a reflect of 100%. So the thing that has been added in the new uniform is that she gets a decreased energy damage received by 10%, so that's really good. The next thing is skill numero 4. Now this skill has a lot of stuff added to it, and this is one of really powerful skills of Scarlet Witch, Power of Chaos. It's amazing to see, guys, that in this she has added in a lot of functionality. So before I tell you about the new uniform, I want to go and take you over to the 4th skill of the classic uniform. Okay, so here I have it here. So she gets a 3% decrease of mind resistance, a guard for 8 hits, and mind damage 142%. That's all. And also the decrease stacks up. No, wait a second. I said something wrong. Yeah, sorry. The decrease of mind resistance stacks up. But if I go to the new uniform over here, this skill is mind-blowing. The one part of the skill I love the most is that she gets a mind control for 5 seconds. How cool is that? If you trigger this skill during World Boss Ultimate that I did during, doing Black Dwarf, or if you are going ahead and doing any PvP content, then this skill will hold the enemy into a bind. So this is a really, really good skill. So over here, we're also having 8% decrease of all defenses in a stack, which is not there in the classic uni. She's getting a mind control for 5 seconds, which is pretty cool. Then she's getting a damage received increased by 6%, which is also not there. And then she gets back the immunity that she lost in skill number 3. So that is a win-win situation. And then she also gets a 3% decrease of mind resistance, which is the same as the earlier one. So that is one of the major differences in this particular skill, which makes her uniform so good. Also, if you would be wondering, one thing I did not say is that the mind damage for this uniform decreases in skill number 4 because it's 125% here, and in the other one it is 142%. But that is already compensated with so many things, so only can I complain. So now let's move over to skill number 5. This skill remains perfectly same for this uniform and that uniform, so not a difference in that. Along with that, the leadership remains the same, the passive, tier 2 passive remains the same. So that's all for the skills that we have a difference. Now we will get started with the animative differences between both the uniforms. So guys, I was, AC started yesterday, you guys might be knowing that, and I had the opportunity to test out Scarlet Witch against Quicksilver, Thanos, and OC shared his experience with Quicksilver and battling Jean and Thanos. I mean, like, she's untouched, she's unfazed, like, who can come and kill me? She's literally like that. She's a boss. She's amazing, guys. She's literally amazing. So over here, we have skill number 1, which is particularly same as the earlier skill. So not animation changes, nothing except for that her boxes have become red. That's the only difference because the earlier ones were pink. So that doesn't make a difference. So the next skill that we have is skill number 2, in which she is picking up fragments off the ground and kicking the damn enemies right in the face. So there you go, guys. Just fucking get out of here. Okay. The next skill that we have is skill number 3 over here. This animation change is particularly really amazing because you can move her around like you would move Adam Warlock. So this seems a pretty good skill, except for the fact that, guys, you might be like, where the fuck are the summons? Why don't we have them anymore? But this skill is really hard hitting, and one of the reasons why this skill is preferred is because in APX, this is a skill that is helping people make 2 million. Like, what? I mean, come on, guys. You guys have already seen that Scarlet Witch without her uni can also do amazing in ABX, but with her uni, it is much more faster, much more easier. She's very hard hitting now, and this is one of the things that I have particularly noticed in World Boss Ultimate. The reason I am saying that is because I'll be attaching a clip of World Boss Ultimate comparisons just right after this, where I have tested her out with her uni and without her uni. So that is one of the major differences that you'll see in the power that she has improved or not, and the time. Next, we're going to move over to skill number 4. Now this skill has also changed, and here we're having some nice high hitting moves, and then we have skill number 5, which has remained the same. So that is what you can see for the animative differences. Okay, so guys, now it's time that I let you know about the World Boss Ultimate. So I went ahead and played stage number 9, a World Boss Ultimate Black Dwarf, and well, I'm gonna attach the clip and you're gonna be pretty much surprised. And the reason I'm saying surprise is because she is fucking amazing with her new uniform. I mean, come on! Who does it? Like, wow. How much power you got, girl? You are one major inspiration for all the girls out there in the world. Anyways, I'm just gonna take your leave now. Go ahead and watch the World Boss Ultimate videos. Let me know in the comments down below which one do you think is worth according to you, so that I can know what you still think about Scarlet Witch. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Till then, well, have fun. Love you guys so much. Bye bye.